Employee Retention Project for Milwaukee Tool by William Malzewski for BML 489, mentored by Josh Gardner. Today I will be sharing with you an inside look at Milwaukee Tool business and the reason behind the retention project we are planning to implement in the very near future. It is a very important part of this project for a reason. The rich history of Milwaukee Tool dates back almost 100 years. The company has been an industry leader in innovation of quality tools for businesses all over the world. The major foundation of our business is built off of the customer needs from different trade industries as well as your common DIY user. Trades such as automotive, carpentry, electricians, maintenance, plumbing, and operations are looking for solutions to become the most efficient and effective in their industries to stay on top of the fast-moving world we live in. At Milwaukee Tool, our company culture is very unique. It's based off of our mission and vision statements of how we describe our success. Our mission statement speaks to our culture and how we perceive the value of our customers and employees. Our mission states, we invest the time to work side by side with real users to understand the demands of a constantly changing workplace and how we can best deliver solutions for a safer, more productive job site. Through a thorough evaluation of the job at hand, the frustrations, needs, and previous limitations, we set out to completely rethink a solution and deliver a game-changing innovation seen across all of our product lines. Milwaukee Tool is not simply a manufacturer. We are progressive problem solvers. Followed by the visions of our current and future state, claims that we're a manufacturer of solutions that lead to safer, more efficient job sites. Our dedication is to you, our user. We will not be complacent, and we will not stop disruptively innovating to make you more productive. Our company culture is based off of 5 main points. First point being candid. The ability to actively listen, speak up, and give your respectful opinion and ideas, as well as receive them from others, even in difficult situations. Obsessed. Accept only high performance and take calculated risks to give us competitive edge and brand domination. Speed, agility, urgency. Define pushing action towards obtaining goals effectively while having the ability to handle multiple tasks and projects at once. It also plays into taking calculated risks to give us the competitive edge. Never satisfied, always improving, meaning thinking beyond the scope of your role within the company by always looking for more. The ability to challenge yourself to be a better and self-driven individual. Empowering leaders. The ability to self-manage yourself, others, processes, and resources to achieve the desired outcome. Empowering leaders also includes the ability to be stabilizing influence under pressure in a rapidly changing environment, while being dependable even in times of crisis. These 5 areas really define who we are at Milwaukee Tool, and it plays a big role into our employee retention efforts going forward. The purpose of this project is that our company prides itself on bringing solutions to these industries, and to do that, we need to have the best employees, ones who are excited about bringing the best to market. If Milwaukee Tool wants to continue its growth and respect in different industries, we need to take care of our workforce and more ways to invest in them now and in the future. The goal of this project is to find ways to increase employee retention and decrease the employee turnover rates due to our 6-month rolling average hitting 10%. Now, maybe not industry high, but we feel our turnover within the company tends to trend up before Thanksgiving all the way through the new year because local area businesses are throwing out sign-on bonuses to try to take employees away from other local businesses. By giving current and future employees more incentive to stay within the company, it becomes an investment in the people and less of an overhead cost, because turnover is very expensive to the company in its current state. If we can find ways to invest in the success of our business, we can definitely find ways to invest in our people who make us successful. At Milwaukee Tool, benefits, compensation, and culture are really competitive in the general market. Working in Wisconsin but traveling to Mississippi often, I've seen a big difference in the overall workforce morale, and I believe this may be a big contributor to why we see such high turnover compared to our corporate facility. I was unsure why this was until I started asking some of the employees in the facility. The most common answers I received were summarized like this: you can have a bad day at the job here at Milwaukee Tool, make a rash decision to quit, and be working at the neighboring company the next day for the same or more money without skipping a beat. Most people in the distribution center don't even think twice about walking out. I've been around and seen some start out their day, and an hour later they just disappear, only to find out they left and will not be coming back. This is where I'm applying my efforts because it is an important part of the success of the business, especially when people are just coming and going like that. How is this affecting the business on the outside? When former employees are possibly making our business look like they weren't treated well while they were there. This can ultimately have a trickle effect from future hiring to future customers. My team and I want to get to the bottom of the problem and help find ways that we keep people engaged in their jobs and leave them wanting to grow within. Through skills I've learned in my current role and prior roles, as well as the information I've learned over the last few years in school here at Wisconsin Lutheran College, I've been able to visualize what it takes to be successful. One of the biggest reasons I am appreciative of Milwaukee Tool and the career they have provided me is they're investing in my future as an employee, and I feel this is something that every new employee should know when they accept or apply for a position at Milwaukee Tool. When current and future employees know that the company values them for who they are and the work that they will do for the business, I feel like retention will follow right behind it. Employee engagement and new employee outreach are the main reasons this retention effort is valuable to the business. Currently, we are struggling to find ways to decrease employee turnover. And frankly, no one was really working to find ways of lessening the impact that this has on the business overall. At over $4,000 in costs per turnover, it is costing the company way too much money to not address the issue and get to the bottom of losing so many employees. It is important that we find the root cause of the current atmosphere and try to deliver solutions so that employees feel we are investing in each of them and they value their positions within the business. The reason we chose the current options for better retention effort is because we are listening to the employees now. After sending out several surveys and questionnaires, these are the main reasons employees are unhappy or not engaged. We also have added in some of the other areas where people may have not been getting recognized or noticed for having great attendance, as we always just seem to be focused on the negative attendance issues. Some of the benefits we feel we should see from the implementation of these benefits are improved morale in the workplace, reduced headhunting, recruiting for new employees, reduced training costs, time savings, increased productivity, employee engagement and satisfaction, and overall business cost savings. Creating a plan for the future support of these initiatives after the initial implementation is key to the overall success as well. It is important that we obtain buy-in from the management team and employees so that there is less resistance as the company continues to grow at a fast rate. It will be very important to make sure the current employees are given the same opportunities and that be the first part of the implementation. After the initial implementation, we will hold monthly meetings with team and upper management to review the current results and future outlook or changes that we may need to make. We will continue to seek feedback and information from the employees to make sure they feel they are being heard fairly, and we are addressing any major issues in the future. Here I will be providing you a project overview and the background behind why we chose this retention project. With the current uncertainty in our world, it has been tougher and tougher to continue to build our employee base, especially in the time of a pandemic. Our goal is to provide a safe workplace where individuals can come to work, be safe, be successful, and enjoy what they are doing in their roles. One of the biggest issues with our southern distribution facilities is the current turnover rates. At the cost of over $4,000 per turnover, it is such a waste of the business financials. Our plan of developing a new employee retention initiative will be focused around our benefits to directly address the impact of turnover to our business. Our health savings program will offer current and new employees a chance to receive up to an additional $500 for their yearly health costs. In this program, the money that you put into the program is non-taxable income, and Milwaukee Tool will match the first $500 you put into that account, giving you $1,000 on a $500 investment. If you have medical expenses throughout the year, this is a great way to pay those off without having to pay cash or use credit cards. The second portion of our project covers the starting wages. We are working to increase the starting wage from $14.50 an hour to $15 an hour to try to attract more interest to the company, as most local competitors range from $13 all the way up to $14 an hour. We feel that making the wages more attractive in a busy market may draw more people to our business. Then we looked at our vacation package. We currently offer 1 week of vacation after just 6 months of employment. Our thoughts are, since we have issues with attendance, to offer employees a chance to earn more vacation by having good attendance. We will be implementing a new initiative that gives employees a chance to earn up to 3 additional vacation days per year. The plan currently states that for every 120 calendar days you show up and don't have attendance issues, you will be eligible to receive an extra day of vacation. I think this is a great incentive, as who doesn't appreciate more vacation time? The last part of the budget covers shift changes. We currently run 2 shifts, 10 hours per day, with 4-day work weeks that overlap. What this means is we have a Monday through Thursday shift and then a Thursday through Sunday shift to give people options and the ability to flex if something comes up. I think the biggest problem is when we try to run overtime on top of the 10-hour shifts, and it gets messy, and we feel that we may be burning people out. We are currently looking at running different shift patterns and changing to a 3-shift, 8-hour per day to hopefully lessen the impact on our employees. They will likely still have options for overtime in the future, but by adding in a 3rd shift, there are people in the distribution center 24 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, allowing for the business to be more effective as well as giving more options to the employees. Next, we will talk through the timeline and how we will achieve this implementation. The following is an overview of our timeline that shows the stages of development of new benefit incentives and opportunities that pertain to the retention project. Based on all the content around each effort and the number of current staff members needed to implement these items, the total time frame is around 6 months and is scheduled to launch January 1st, 2021. By 9/30/20, we have completed the development around the scope of the project and obtained all data to make informed decisions. Between October 1st and November 1st, we are defining the total plan and how the financial benefits and risks weigh in on the success of the project. From 11/2 or November 2nd to December 1st, we will review the total plan and execution strategy with the executive management team to get total buy-in for each of these benefits. Then from December 2nd to December 31st, we will work to finalize all the details and documentation needed to make this plan rock solid. Then finally, January 1st, 2021, we will fulfill the full project implementation and start off the new year with our new benefits in effect. Now I will share with you the budget for my project. The overall projected budget of this project is $1.2 million. This number was defined as the amount the company is currently spending each year due to turnover. The way we are looking at this is we are investing $1.2 million in our employees' success within the business and not in trying to scramble to recruit and hire new people and train them all the time. The cost to the company is minimal because when you give back the time it takes to retrain and develop employees regularly, those who were tied up doing that now have extra time to focus on their own jobs. We see this as total value added, and the time savings add up to even more cost savings in the future. The current budget has been added by the business to the HR financials for the year. Each portion of the project is laid out in the form of maximum cost associated with each benefit. Our health savings program will provide up to a $500 match for employees who wish to contribute tax-free money to this program to help offset any future costs in healthcare that they would normally pay out of pocket. The company will match up to $500 per employee. With 250 employees, the budget is $125,000. If everyone does not use this benefit, we will see a decrease in the overall cost of this part of the project. For the increased starting wage strategy at 50 cents per hour per employee, the yearly overall cost for 250 employees is $260,000. This would include giving all current employees the same 50-cent increase effective January 1st, 2021. The additional vacation incentive we have decided on will provide opportunity for employees to gain up to 3 additional days per year if they have a perfect attendance for 120 consecutive calendar days. The maximum cost to the business overall, if all 250 employees succeed at this, would be $90,000. Last, we are focusing to change the effectiveness of schedules and opportunity for the employees with more to offer in regard to flexibility. By increasing the 3 shifts and allowing for the distribution center to operate 24 hours a day, 6 days a week, we are gaining efficiency and time, as well as lessening the personal impact on our employees to reduce burnout. By doing so, the maximum cost of this portion of the project is $725,000, but also it adds significant value to the business as it allows for more operating time, increasing orders out the door, overall profitability for the business, and even more that we will likely find out in the future. And all the total cost to the business, this is investment rather than our current state of basically just throwing away $1.2 million. This likely will not solve all of our issues 100%, but we believe it will be sufficiently more effective than where we are at in our current state. Overall risks for our project. With every project, there are risks. We define these risks by organizing past data and feedback around each portion of the project and what we believe will be effective and what hurdles we face for each topic. For our retention project, we believe there are 3 major risks to the project not being an overall success, and we have come up with a plan to help mitigate each of those risks. The first risk to our project would be if we've seen a lack of interest from current and new candidates. What we mean by that is, will the added benefits we are offering really get the attention of these employees to help decrease the turnover rates, as well as keep them engaged in our business? For our risk mitigation, we want to make sure our internal team does a good job of explaining the growth of our business and the security that comes with a job within our company. We feel it is very important to get people excited about the company growth and their own future. By explaining what the plans for our future are and effectively communicating with them, plus providing them the additional benefits, we feel we will increase employee buy-in and engagement within. Our second risk to the project is staying within our allotted budget of $1.2 million. With the overall current plan for implementing all these additional benefits, we have set ourselves up to stay within the allotted budget. However, we know things don't always end up perfect like they look on paper, so we're preparing in case that does not work out. To mitigate the risk of the budget going over, we have put value to time saved over a period in the calendar year. There are many opportunities for time savings from the beginning of the project kickoff. We will also continue to reevaluate quarterly to see where we fall in regard to the budget. We have addressed this in the meetings with the executive team, and the company has agreed to allow us a 25% buffer, but we will still focus on staying within the originally set budget. The last part of our mitigation effort for staying within the budget is by putting in additional shifts. We will create additional output in the DC, causing less order disruptions and more happy customers. We feel that there are many portions of this project that will bring additional benefits to the company as well as the employees. The last risk we believe we face will be avoiding the battle with our competition for new employee recruiting. When our competition gets word of our efforts, what will they do to counter us and try to get those employees from us internally and externally? To mitigate the risk of losing new hires and current employees to other businesses in the area, we will continue to be proactive in our engagement with employees. Instead of just putting them through training and putting them into new roles, we will continue to work with them and keep them engaged in their future opportunities with the company. Being that this is a heavy distribution area in the South and there are several competitors in the area, we will need to spend time and evaluate their efforts quarterly to see if our employees are enjoying what they are doing, as well as continue to build on their efforts so they see the goal of success in their role with Milwaukee Tool. Being proactive with these employees to make sure they are happy with their decision to join our team will be a very important part of mitigating risk of employee retention. Leadership will need to stay focused on getting employees engaged to make sure they feel like they are a part of the business and not just another number. Next steps. The final portion of my project leads me into the future and how we will continue to address retention and add value for our employees. As a successful business, it is very important that we do not lose sight of the future and continue to provide more successful ways to engage our employees and make them feel valued within our business. It is very important that at the end of this current project that we look to build off of any successes we see. If we can find that certain parts of the project are more effective than others, and find ways that we can continue to grow off that portion. We do know that there may be portions of our project that will likely not be as successful or likely have a chance to fail. But we have to be okay with that, because if we knew what worked, we would not be talking about this retention project for our company. As we see failures come upon us, we need to address them and learn from mistakes that we have made to build a better effort next time. Another part of the next steps is to continue to grow in different areas of the business so that we are setting up our employees for success now and in the future. We are looking to build our future retention efforts around several areas, including training, defined career paths, and also looking at current review processes and how we can better evaluate and show our valued employees we care. In conclusion, we don't want to bet on the fact that everything we implement will always be successful, because we know we would be setting ourselves up for failure. What we need to do is be proactive in our efforts to make Milwaukee Tool a great place to work for all employees. And we do that by looking to the future. Thank you for taking time to listen to my presentation.